The question is the motion be agreed to. The Honourable Amy Adams.
Mr Speaker, well, first of all, can I just say to members of the House, welcome back after a 4-week recess. Kind of an unexpected pleasure over the time I've been in Parliament to have a whole 4 weeks to take a little bit of time. And isn't it nice to see my colleagues coming back in such a happy, positive, ambitious for New Zealand frame of mind, and what a contrast it provides to the nasty, bickering, angry aggression and no hope, negativity we see from the opposition. You want to talk about being in disarray. Really, you want to talk about being in disarray. When we left before the recess, we were celebrating, in kind of air quotes, the quickie marriage between Labour and the Greens. It was the next great coming, wasn't it? There was going to be this beautiful coming together of like-minded parties. And look, it's looking more and more like a Vegas wedding, isn't it? Seemed like a great idea at the time, rushed off to the chapel, now it's the morning after, you're waking up and you're wondering what the hell you've done. I haven't seen a relationship fall apart so spectacularly, so quickly. Over the recess, we had the Greens come out saying the best way to deal with housing is to take 50% off the value of everyone's house. Genius! Genius! Even the Labour Party knew that that one was a loser, and straight away you're seeing the commentators saying, if Labour and the Greens can't get it together on an issue like this, how are they ever going to be able to govern? This has got to be one of the fastest marriage collapses I've ever seen. I can recommend to them, though, in the spirit of camaraderie and support, I can recommend some very good parenting through separation courses that the Family Court runs. We've got some excellent programs. We've got family dispute resolution. I'm sure there's ways we can help. Of course, on this side of the House, the recess wasn't just a break. Actually, this is a government that, if you look back over the last 4 weeks, what an immense amount of work we've got through. And doesn't it demonstrate the positive, aspirational sense of the vision we have for this country and where we want to take it? I mean, you look at the work that Maggie Barry did in announcing a predator-free New Zealand. Look, we all know it's a big goal. We know it's a tough goal, but we've got a vision for where we want to take this country, and we recognise, and I congratulate Maggie Barry for that, we recognise that actually why not set ourselves big goals? This is a nation of innovative people who believe in solutions, who find ways, and actually I've got no doubt that we will get there. It will be hard, but why not stretch ourselves? Why not have a positive vision of where we want to get to? Mr Speaker, over the recess, I announced that this is a government that has now delivered world-leading connectivity to more than nearly 2.5 million people already. Now, can I tell this House once more, that's a program that Labour voted against not once, not twice, but 3 times. They didn't want that sort of connectivity rolled out. Now, the biggest challenge for the UFB program is everybody wants it. Everybody wants it because this government, this national-led government under John Key and Stephen Joyce at the time, had the vision that said if we give Kiwis world-class connectivity, and connectivity that back in 2008 people said to us, what a waste, no one will ever use 100 megabit speed, who needs fibre? We had the vision, we set a goal, we set out to do something ambitious, and as a result, at the end of this program, New Zealand will be the 4th best connected country in the world, behind Singapore, Korea and Japan. Now, those are highly densely populated, small land masses. New Zealand, with its 4.7 million people over a huge area of islands and mountains, that is an incredible result. And when I go around the world talking to counterparts, they can't believe what we've done. Mr Speaker, I'm incredibly proud that we're delivering that sort of connectivity. Have a look at what Craig Foss has done with the mandatory alcohol interlocks. That's fantastic. You want to talk about making a real difference to keeping New Zealanders safe on our roads? Mandatory alcohol interlocks to ensure repeat drunk drivers aren't on our roads is significant. Over the recess, we've seen significant education investments from Hekia Parata and Nikki Kay into school redevelopment, digital technology fund. We've seen Nikki Kay doing some great stuff in youth mentoring and creating more opportunities for our youth. You've seen the work that Stephen Joyce is doing around the 2nd stage of the regional research institutes. Simon Bridges has been opening new roads and kicking off new cycleways. ways. So while Labor and the Greens have been infighting and scrapping and figuring out who's going to get the kids in the divorce, we've been getting on with it. Mr. Speaker, I want to take a moment to talk just very quickly about the work Antolia and I are doing in family violence. So we've just announced today the second pilot of our integrated safety response. This is a government that is focused on what we're going to do to make the country better, to doing it, to getting on with it. I want to be a part of a party with vision and a government with aspiration.
Members' time.
Mr. Speaker.
Ian Lees-Galloway.